Yet another mass shooting in Tulsa, which Tulsa's not very far from me. I'm in North Texas. So this is what's going on. Let's listen. It looks like there are 4 people dead. One is in critical condition. Apparently the shooter is dead. This is near a medical center. Almost like some medical offices near a hospital. So this is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 61st and Yale. Breaking news.
Very good by all the emergency management, emergency fire departments, and police.
All right, Bob, thank you so much for that perspective. We appreciate that. We are going to go to Dustin, who has been flying above the scene, giving us a perspective that really shows.
So you may have not heard this. This is just happening as of 30 minutes ago.
You can really see how seriously
chaos.
They took this, how fast they showed up. So, Dustin, anything new with you? Dustin, can you hear us? Okay, and don't.
Okay, we're trying to get that audio sorted out from Dustin, but Dustin, when he arrived, said he saw a ton of law enforcement officers basically just storming into that building.
Sure.
And then they kind of eased off a little bit after that as they kind of methodically went through their search of that facility. Again, it's the Natalie building there near 61st and Yale. And we'll talk to Dustin as soon as we can get that microphone established with him. But he did say that Yale is shut down between 61st and 71st, and so nobody can get around in that area. And again, here we are just a little bit after 6 o'clock. So if folks are not watching this and they're at work and you know of somebody who works in that area, give them a heads up to avoid that area.
And even some of the buildings in that area, I'm having people say that their loved ones work around there, like Mahogany's, and there's restaurants, and that they're even on lockdown right now because, you know, they're just trying to wait till everything is secure and then the street is clear. So go ahead, Patrick. What were you trying to tell us?
I think we're going to try to go to Dustin. Dustin, can you hear us now? Still having a few issues trying to work that out.
So let's remind people while we're waiting on Dustin that if you are a family member, if you are a friend of someone who works in the Natalie building, and we know you are frantically worried about them and trying to reach them, if you have not yet, you need to go to Memorial High School, which is at 5840 South Hudson. It's over there near La Fortune Park. So around the corner from this scene, you ought to be able to get there, no problem. Police officers will be meeting with people, bringing people who have been cleared out of the building who are safe over there, meeting with family members if there are any injuries, or talking about the fatalities as well that we have now had confirmed. 3 dead, the shooter also dead, for a total of 4, and 1 person in critical, and that person we were told was taken to St. Francis, the big hospital, right, for treatment.
Dustin wasn't able to talk to us because he was talking to air traffic control. So sure. We want to point that out. We want to cover this safely, and obviously that takes precedent over talking to us right now. Mackenzie Gladney has been talking to some witnesses there on the scene, and she joins us now live. What have they been telling you, Mackenzie?
Well, Craig, they're scared. They're worried. Look at the scene. I mean, there are people wondering if their loved ones inside are safe. Some people are in traffic, got diverted right here into this parking lot, just waiting for answers. Now, the biggest thing about this is people say they see it on the news, they see it on TV, but right now they're living it. It's in their backyard. And so they're just worried. I mean, you can see people on the phone. I'm sorry, I don't know what our photog has got, but there's people on the phone just waiting for answers. They're frantically worried about everything going on. We actually spoke to one man who has a friend on the inside. He's been texting, trying to stay in constant communication, just trying to know if he's okay. Like, here's what he said.
He's a very close friend. Me and my friend here, we met in the Army, and we look at our friend in the hospital like little brother, and we're always looking out for him. So we're obviously checking in with him on the phone. Sounds like he's not being able to leave right now. So we're hoping he could get out here pretty soon.
But you know he's okay.
Be safe. Yeah, he is safe right now. So we're just praying that he stays that way.
And look at all these first responders. It looks like, you know, all the units have been called out, and we're hoping for the same thing. That man has his friends safe. We're just hoping we continue to hear more and more about people being safe and learning about good situations, because we know these people are worried. Again, we've got people just sitting in their cars on their phones, looking, worried, calling, asking for services, going up, asking questions. People just want to know what's going on. Is everybody safe? We're going to continue to talk to people and learn more information and get that back to you all. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Mackenzie, and that is important right now because as we know in these situations, rumors fly. Social media is not always accurate, so we are giving you information that has been confirmed by authorities who would be in the know. So stay tuned here. We will get the information for families to go over to Memorial High School. You can see on this campus map where the Natalie building is. Over here to the right of the screen, it's in the pink right there. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is at the scene with new information. Reagan, we want to come to you next.
Yeah, Lori, Mayor Bynum just showed up a second ago. You can see him walking just under the crime tape right now. We were trying to get some video of that. You can see he's walking up. I think that's with one of the captains, or actually that's one of the Tulsa police majors. Mayor Bynum is here. But just a second ago, I talked with police, and once again, they confirmed to all of us out here that 4 people are dead, including the shooter. Now, I also asked if they're done clearing the building yet, and they said almost. And they said they're working on a backflow right now. Is basically they're coming back through the building, and they're trying to address the citizens that are in the side of the hospital that have been on lockdown for quite a while. Their focus, like I've been saying for a while now, their focus was on clearing the building, making sure no other possible shooter was in the building. But now they're in the process of working back through the building, checking on people, making sure everyone's okay. Then they'll start the process of releasing people. And as Mackenzie said, you know, if you need to reunite with your family members or your friends, go to Memorial High School. Don't come out here. A lot of people are showing up in this parking lot that we're at right now here on scene, and it's going to be an influx of people. But try to stay away from this area. The traffic is chaos here right now, so stay over Memorial High School. But again, it looks like they're starting to release people shortly, so we'll have an update on that coming up. Lori?
Well, that is great information for Reagan as far as how.
Sorry for the
police are
jiggly
releasing
camera,
those
folks.
people, because that's a big concern for a lot of people.
Oh,
right
my
now.
arm is getting
So
tired and I gotta
thank you
go.
for that
But
information.
thanks for watching. I would suggest everybody get your passports ready. That's all I could say in to suggest. Is get your passports ready, people, because this place is not safe. We're in this country, we have really high crimes. We are not safe. So if you got the money and the means to leave, start making your exit, start getting your passport ready, getting your money ready, whatever you have to do. But this, I mean, people can't even go to the doctor. You can't even go to your doctor's office or your dentist's office. I don't know what to say. 4 people who have lost their lives, possibly 5, because one person's in critical condition, and we don't know how many other people are injured or shot or what's happening. This just happened literally 30, 40 minutes ago, and I'm shook. Like, I don't know really what else more to say, but I haven't seen this on breaking news anywhere else, so I thought I'd bring it to you guys. But I would tell people, I honestly suggest get your passports ready. There are plenty of countries you can go to that is not here. that has we have the highest crime literally in the world. So I would say that if you're in Tulsa, if you're in the area, head to the Memorial High School. That's where the police are having some information. I'm not in Tulsa. I'm in Texas. But I said these white folks going crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oklahoma is another one of these very gun-heavy states. I don't know what their particular gun laws are. I know the gun laws in the state of Texas. I don't know the gun laws in Oklahoma. But if it's anything like Texas, I don't think they have a constitutional carry like we do here. But I would tell people, get out while you can. Get your passport. Find some place to go. Get out while you can. Go to Canada. Canada's looking real nice right now, because this country is not safe. The people here these people here are crazy. Like, they're crazy. People in other countries aren't this crazy. Like, it's beyond gun control or gun safety or gun laws. I mean, that's part of the issue, but the other part of the issue is that people here are not mentally right. There's something wrong in the water here. And I don't know if that's going to be fixed. I don't know what can fix that, because there's just something lost in the sauce here in this country. And if you have traveled abroad, if you have traveled to other countries, you will go to other countries and know. A lot of people who are advocating for us to stay here are people who've never been anywhere. If you've been abroad, if you've been to other countries, other nations, depends on where you go. Every country is different, but it's not here. You can make a life anywhere. It doesn't have to be here. So I have children. I err on the caution of my safety, but also not just physical safety, but mental safety. So there's just something not right here. I don't know what, and I don't know if anything can fix it. More mental health services, yeah, that would fix it, but then people have to admit the problem. Spiritual healing from, yeah, I'm definitely leaving. Yeah, girl. I tell everybody, I've been advocating leaving for years now. If you guys watch Stephanie Perry, she talks about black women exiting. If you can look at her YouTube channel, she's great. She's exited. She's lived abroad. I watch her videos and she gives plans about what things that need to be done. How to get your money right, your passport right, remote job options. So if you haven't looked up Stephanie Perry, I would suggest that you really look her up, especially if you're a black woman trying to get out. There's options for us. So I tell people the limits are only in your mind. There is not a country on this planet, I don't think, that doesn't have black people in it. So if you're black and you're like, I've had people, where are we going to go? You can go anywhere the hell you want to go. You don't have to necessarily go to an African country. You don't necessarily have to go to Ghana or to Barbados or anything like that. There are literally black people everywhere. Everywhere. It just depends on your experience. It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on your personality. I have children who are in school, so it's harder for me because, there's language issues. But if you go to a country that's an English-speaking country or you want to homeschool your kids, that's an option as well. There are plenty of places and plenty of options for anyone, no matter if you're black, white, Asian, or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be rich to move abroad, but you do have to save and you do have to plan. So I don't know what else. I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't, because it's like this is happening like every week now, and then copycats and people are seeing this, and the fact that these things happen and nobody's doing anything. Like I leave the gun control issue out of the equation. What are we doing for mental health services? Why is it in the state of Texas, it's so hard to find a counselor? You can't get it covered by Medicare and Medicaid, but then people talk about people having mental health issues. Texas has cut funding for mental health services. So what are we saying? That, okay, we're not going to do gun control. We're not going to give money to help you get any kind of mental health services by the state, by the city, by the county. We don't give you money even for, I know people who have mental health issues that they can't even afford the medication in the state of Texas because it's not covered by Medicare and Medicaid because they've cut the funding here for mental health services. There's no state hospitals. So again, these people are sick. What do you want them to do? Just crawl underneath the rock somewhere and just be depressed and lonely and sick and then wait for them to come out and start shooting people? That's not the answer. Just do nothing. We just sit here and do nothing. Oh, well, they're mentally ill. Okay, so what are we doing about the mentally ill? Oh, that's right. Nothing. Nothing. People want to sit up and have crazy family members and they don't want to do nothing about it. I don't understand it. People know that their kids have issues. Your kids are not going to fucking grow out of it. Okay? If your son is sitting in a fucking basement all day talking about hurting people, honey, he's not going to grow out of it. I know people like this personally who have sons who are not mentally right. Now, if their daughter was messed up in the head and acting out and drinking and smoking and having sex with people, oh my God, there's something wrong with poor little Cindy. But then their son sit up there and I'm like, okay, well, your son has issues as well. So when are we going to face the elephant in the room that the people who do mass shootings are men, are male? Women don't mass shoot. So that's the elephant in the room nobody wants to talk about. What is wrong with these young men, and sometimes old men too, but especially the ones under 21, who are going around killing people and shooting people? And why are we not getting young men help? Why is it that instead of getting your kid help for their birthday, you're going out and buying them a $2,000 gun? That shooter in Uvalde, you can't tell me an 18-year-old had money to buy an AR rifle. Look, I buy guns, right? A handgun is costing me like $400-500. An AR rifle is like $1,000. So you can't tell me that he had two of them. Where did he get $2,000 from? Hell, I work. I own 3 businesses. I can't afford an AR rifle. You gonna tell me an 18-year-old can? Y'all stop playing with me. Somebody bought that kid that gun, and it's time that these parents get sued, get prosecuted. These gun manufacturers get sued. These people are like, oh, my son, he don't have no. I don't know what happened. Lady, shut the hell up. You knew your son was crazy, and then they want to pretend, oh, my kid's just fine. No, honey, your kid's not fine. Yes, exactly. And then the politicians want to do nothing because they get money from the NRA, and they don't want to stop they $100,000 in campaign funds and $1 million worth of campaign funds. Come on now, other countries. I tell people, do your research. Other countries look at us like we're crazy. They don't have to carry around a gun to be a man. You don't need to carry around a gun to make you feel powerful. Then people talking about what's my constitutional right. It is, but again, the reason why those rights were made is because people could form militias. What militia are you forming? None. You gonna take a gun and do what? Well, I had people say, well, the government wants to take our guns. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You have a gun. Who is overthrowing the government with guns? I'll wait. Say it with your chest. Like, so I'm telling people, so you sitting in your living room that has a gun, you finna stop the police? People like, well, the police got guns, so we need guns too. So what are you finna do to the police? If you try to do something to the police, you're gonna end up getting shot and killed. So what are you doing? Having a gun doesn't stop the police from putting a bullet in the back of your damn head. Having a gun doesn't stop you from getting mass incarcerated by the laws. Having a gun, what you gonna do? Overthrow the government with who? We've been here, 1776. Who then overthrown the government? Who gonna stand up against the military? Who? You punk asses with guns? Right. Okay. You keep living that dream. You keep living that dream. Like, you keep living that dream. This is not about white lives. This is not black. This is about people saving yourself and getting the hell out of here. I don't care what color you are. Save yourself. Get a passport. Get the hell out of here. Period. That's my suggestion. That's the only thing that works. If y'all want to stay in an abusive relationship with this fucking country, y'all go right ahead. If y'all want to die on the sword of America, go right ahead. I'll be sitting in Portugal somewhere, sipping on a mimosa while you motherfuckers keep killing each other. Right. You want to stay in these hoods and these ghettos where motherfuckers is killing each other all day? Hey, you do that. You over what? My ancestors died here. Yeah, and my black ass is not trying to die here either. My ancestors was done dirty enough. We're good on that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like, no, I'm not trying to die here. The greatest country. Greatest country where? I can get a job being an accountant in another fucking country. I can get a house in another country. So what? Is it a material issue? So what? You can make a life somewhere else that ain't here. So I tell people, keep your eyes open, keep your options open. Don't let people brainwash you into thinking that America is just the end all be all of every place to be. And oh my God, we got to fight for this. Fight for what? For a country full of crazy people? Like I said, the gun issue aside. So you're fighting for a country that is torn apart, that everybody hates each other. For what? Nobody gets along. People on the internet talking mad shit about people. Yeah, like how many times it's just gonna happen. So get out, run. 4 people dead, possibly 5 now. So what's gonna happen? Next mass shooting coming to you, folks. Stay tuned. It's coming to y'all. Maybe coming to your neighborhood. I'm in Texas. It's too close to me. Tulsa, Uvalde. I know. I have babies to protect. I stay strapped, but. That's not gonna save you. Somebody show where they are. I can shoot, but damn, I can't take out somebody by myself. I've never been in the military on tactical training. So what am I gonna do against a long gun with an AR? My semi-automatic it'll put up a resistance, but not that much. So I tell people, keep your head on the swivel, look around you at all times. But then when situations like this, you trying to go to the doctor. I don't know. So I don't have any solutions. I don't have any options for you guys. I don't have anything to tell you that everything's going to be all right and we're all in this together. No, we're not. COVID has proved that we're not in this together. So this is breaking news. Still trying to figure it out. This is on. Let me see what channel it is, just in case y'all want to watch it. News on 6K0 TV. It's on YouTube. It's streaming live. So I guess this is News on 6. This is an Oklahoma live news channel. So they're still clearing the scene. They're still trying to go through the whole building, trying to clear people out. 4 people have died. 1 person in critical condition. Bunch of spectators. They're telling people to go to the school. If you have somebody that works in the area, they've locked down the whole damn area. These look at these dumbasses. We just gonna stand right up here. Okay, Monica, much love, mama. Thank you for attending. Bye, y'all.
We're just kind of driving along the street, like Lori said.